Find the equation of the line in standard form that is perpendicular to 4x plus 2y equals 6 and passes through the point 4, negative 1. So our first step is to find the slope. Since we're given the equation of a line, 4x plus 2y equals 6, what we need to do is put this equation in slope-intercept form. That's the y equals mx plus b, where m, recall, is the slope. So we need to isolate our y variable. So we need to move the 4x from the left-hand side to the right-hand side by taking its opposite. So that gives us 2y equals, we had a positive 4x, but when it moves across the equal sign, it changes sign, so it becomes a negative 4x. And we still have a positive 6 on the right-hand side. We're solving for y, so we need to divide each term by 2. So y would equal negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2x, and positive 6 divided by 2 is a positive 3. So we have it in slope-intercept form, so we know the coefficient of our x variable, the negative 2, is our slope. Now we need to find the slope of the line that's perpendicular. So if two lines are perpendicular, their slopes are opposite and reciprocals of one another. Since the slope of the line we found was a negative 2, our new slope would be opposite. So the opposite of negative 2 was positive 2, and the reciprocal of 2 is 1/2. So what we're doing is changing the sign. Since this is negative, the new slope, since it's perpendicular, is opposite, so it's a positive slope. And since this slope was negative 2, which really means negative 2 over 1, we take the reciprocal, and that changes to 1/2. Now step number 2. Use the point given, which is the 4, negative 1, and the slope found in step 1. That's our new slope, the 1/2, to put the equation in point-slope form. So in point-slope form, we have y minus the y value given, which is negative 1, equals the slope, which is 1/2, times the quantity x minus, in this case, 4. So we have a double negative here, which changes that to y plus 1. And we're going to distribute the 1/2 times the x and the 1/2 times the minus 4. Now you can make the minus 4 negative 4 over 1 to make it easier. So we have 1 times 4, which is 4, and 2 times 1, which is 2. So this gives us y plus 1 equals 1/2 x, and negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2. Since my goal is to put the equation in standard form, which is the ax plus by equals c, I'm going to eliminate the fraction by multiplying each term by the LCM. So this gives me 2 times y, which is 2y, plus 2 times 1, which is 2, equals, here the 2's reduce, leaving me with a 1x, minus 2 times 2, which is 4. So recall, in standard form, x and y are on the same side of the equal sign. The constant is on the other side. A, b, and c are all integers. And the leading coefficient must be positive. So here we need x to move from the right-hand side to the left-hand side by taking the opposite. So this becomes a minus x, or a minus 1x, plus 2y equals. Now we need to move the 2 from the left-hand side to the right-hand side by taking its opposite. So we already have a negative 4 on the right-hand side. So we're going to bring negative 2 over. So we have a negative 4 and a negative 2, which gives us a negative 6. Since my leading coefficient is negative, I'm going to multiply the whole equation by -1. This will change the signs for each term. So now this becomes a positive x minus 2y equals -1 times -6 is a positive 6.